back playing Cuphead. Just found out, those of you who watched the last episode, that I was right. Aragorn said it in The Return of the King, right outside the Black Gate.
I wasn't saying you were wrong. I just said I couldn't remember it being in that because I remember him saying that. I just don't remember what movie it was. I remember seeing Two Towers so often that it was like, okay, it has to be that one because I've seen that one so much. But yeah, I mean, it's fine. I'm not. I wasn't trying to make you feel bad, man.
No, that's good. So you didn't find the Independence Day speech from the president to be that?
Everyone said it was, but I saw the movie like maybe all the way through, probably once or twice when I was younger. And then when I got older, I've seen like the end all the time. I've seen the Welcome to Earth part plenty of times.
Release me.
The part where that one guy sacrifices himself to blow up the ship.
I'm back! Or whatever. the guy from Family...
from a lot of stuff. Lampoon. Yeah. But,
Alright, we're back fighting Hilda.
She's terrible, yeah.
Alright, let's see how we do. Oh, we both got hit by
the same Ha.
The Ha's. Oh, great!
I can't see these things as they're coming.
Oh, wow! Oh, good.
Anyway.
A great slam and then some. You're up.
I didn't realize how messed up it is we're killing these people because.
No, hey, they messed up too.
Yeah, but why are we better than them? I don't understand.
We just are.
We gotta go ahead and murder these people, collect their souls because Satan wants us to. I'm staying low, man. If it turns it down, I just stay low.
That's a good call.
This doesn't go this low, see?
There you go. You're getting the pattern down. When did you get it before?
Dude, in this stage, I'm just like, probably not getting hit, honestly.
Oh.
Is there a way to restore your health at all during this? Like,
No.
oh,
Don't you take 4 shots now, too?
Sagittarius?
Yeah, that one I don't know. I think you're right.
Girlfriend is Sagittarius. Yeah. Excellent.
I was like, huh. Learning new stuff every day. Nice. Good work. She's got to be. Oh, no, she's not.
Oh, now I'm
Good thing staying at the bottom. Gives me time to get there. Okay, now
She's
yeah.
upset.
Yep. Get all your hits in.
She's I mean,
Just hit that.
I miss. Jeez. I didn't know you were dead.
Oh, that was so close. That was her last phase.
Oh shit, checkpoints. Like,
No, there's no. There's no checkpoint.
God, these highs. Why are the highs so hard to avoid?
It's friendly. What's a cringe-worthy scene in a good show or movie?
In a good short movie? I don't know. Like, if it's good, I don't really keep track of it. I don't know. See, if I say this, it's like, would you guys consider that movie good? I don't know if I do.
That's true.
But okay, hold on. So.
Or just the cringiest moment in any movie ever.
Okay, I don't know about that. Because the room is just full of cringe. But.
Oh, yeah, you do like The Room.
I can't hate the room. It's, it's so bad it's good.
I haven't watched it yet, everyone.
Oh, wow. Not watch this, man. Like.
Because you. They blocked it with me. With me, With her,
I was gonna say, scene in Age of Ultron. Again, I don't hate Age of Ultron, but it's one of those things, like, when people dislike stuff heavily, like, same thing with Mass Effect 3, right?
Right.
It's like, I could enjoy it, but it's like, if the discourse surrounding it is so negative to the point where it's like, if I ever type the thing in or look it up in the time where it's actually being talked about, like it would just sour my mood on the whole thing. Not that I would actually like dislike it myself. It was just like every time I think about it, I can't look at it without thinking about that stuff, and so I just don't even want to deal with it. So I'm serious. So like this is all personal, psychological stuff as we're streaming. No, so that it's the scene in Age of Ultron. There was this big controversy because like, the whole PR before that movie came out was like it was like bad. Not necessarily like it was like, you know, anything the actors were doing per se, but it's like they didn't have any control over what was going on for a lot of those interviews. Yeah. So like there were interviews that they were on Jimmy Kimmel and they were like clearly tipsy, but it was fine because it was Kimmel and nobody cared.
You know, it was really messed up. You know how long it took me to realize what you meant by Age of Ultron? The second Avengers movie.
Yes.
That happened.
It's the cast was like drunk on Jimmy Kimmel, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think I remember something like that.
And they were tipsy, and it was obvious, right? But it was fine. They were having fun. They were playing like Family Feud or something like that on there, whatever. But I guess like maybe right before that, around that same time, they were doing the press junkets and stuff. Freaking Jeremy Renner, who plays Hawkeye, ended up making a comment because he got asked a stupid interview question about. Pretty much the interviewer was like, oh yeah, so you know Black Widow, she's been associated with Captain America and Iron Man and now Hawkeye and all this stuff, so like what's all that about? And Renner just goes, she's a slut, you know, like just joking, like he's not serious, right? But of course the internet being what it is, people got upset that he said that. And then later there's that kind of infamous interview with Robert Downey Jr. with the one British reporter or whatever he was, and this guy like starts asking him all these like really like intimate questions about like, his drug use and like
and
he's trying like really hard to just get to that interview and like not get mad, not get upset, and just kind of like, you know, avoid the questions and just be like, hey, you know, we're just here to do this and this, and the guy keeps on going and everything, and eventually, like, I guess his people were like, yeah, just get out of here, and then he leaves. But it's like one of the most awkward things I've ever seen. And so, if that wasn't bad enough, the actual movie comes out, and before I even see it, people are already talking about this one scene in the movie, or just, I guess, the whole Black Widow Hulk relationship thing, right? I didn't even care. Like, that didn't even bother me, right?
Yeah.
The thing that bothered, like, the idea of them being in a relationship did not bother me a single bit. I can see what Whedon was trying to do in the first Avengers. He said, like, a dynamic up between them. Right? I'm like, this is cool. It's fine, right? It can't be that bad. So I watch it, and clearly what happened was he didn't know. He wanted to get from point A to point B,
right?
Or point A to point C, or whatever, or D, or whatever you want to call it, without going through like B and C. So, like, there's no setup in the film, or there's a little bit of setup showing that they had like some kind of relationship going on because she was able to calm the Hulk down, right? The whole sun's getting real low. Clearly, they worked on that, right?
You can't quote that.
You can't the movie? Yeah, but
I've seen it once.
But the thing is that Jesus, me trying to talk and play, it's not working. But the thing is that was a good scene there, right? Mm-hmm. The very next scene you see them together is that the little party scene that everybody knows with the camera, and she's at the bar talking to him, and she's making all these really forward comments to him, right? Like very obviously trying to, you know, seduce him, right?
Right.
And it's just kind of jarring because it's like, when is she ever this forward about anything? It's like, what the hell is going on? So, in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, yeah, it's a little forward. Then like, I think Ultron attacks her the first time, and then she falls on top of him. It's like a classic trope in movies that happens. And people were like, yeah, this is obvious, you know, BS, like this force and stuff. And I was like, yeah, you probably didn't do all that. You know, just let the audience see that there's stuff there, and then they'll kind of draw their own conclusions, and then they'll get on board with it. That's how I would have handled it. But it doesn't just stop there. They get to Hawkeye's barn or farm or whatever, and she just straight up says, like, she's like, yeah, "Oh, you're in the shower? I wish you would have told me. I would have jumped in with you." And I'm like, "Okay, sure. Like we're just gonna."
Wait, what?
Black Widow walked there. I think Banner was in the shower.
Yeah.
Right, or maybe she just got out of the shower, something like that. And she pretty much straight up said that, you know, if you were in there, you could have came in with me, or I could have got in with you, something like that. It was very, very straightforward, right? And it was just
every time with the hugs.
And so it's like, okay, that's a little much, right? Like, I can't sit here just saying this. Like, she's never said this to anybody ever on, you know. I haven't seen what he's done to make her suddenly go gaga over him to the point she's saying all this, right? So, you know, I'm like, what the heck is going on? Then there's this whole line that pissed a lot of people off, mainly on Tumblr. But it's a line where I guess she ends up saying, or Banner says something like, "Oh yeah, I can't, you know, have sex with you because, you know," he said it was like impossible. I'm assuming they're referencing the stuff that was happening in that Hulk movie that nobody ever watches or mentions. With
I actually like that
It's fine. It's fine. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, I'm assuming they're referencing that, like his heart gets too high, you can't, you know, do that, or maybe he can't.
I like this guy.
That's fine. I know you like Liv Tyler, Lord of the Rings fan. It's
well,
fine.
okay.
It's fine. no one's judging you.
Tyler?
No one's judging you. You know, I prefer Jennifer Connelly. It's just a personal preference. Hey, don't judge me, man. Can't judge you. Anyway.
Freaking Betty Ross's.
Anyway.
I like Eric Bana.
I mean, that wasn't the best. Anyway.
What? I like Edward Norton.
But my main point was that he gets to the point where he says he can't do it because basically he's a monster, right?
Right.
She ends up talking about her past because, you know, she had the whole flashback thing because of the things Scarlet Witch did to her.
Right. Oh man.
And talks about how
those are cringy, huh?
Well, how they took out her, you know, reproductive organs, which is tragic, you know. But then she says, "Who's the monster now?" Oh, wow, you know you died. It's like, "Who's the monster now?" Right? And everybody was like, "Oh wow, he's saying Whedon's saying that if a woman can't have kids, she's a monster." Which, no, it's not what he's saying. Why would he think what person?
Did he write it? He didn't write it.
I mean, the fact that he is his movie, he's helming the film. He probably did, you know, scenario. But even still, like, no one in their right mind would ever suggest that, especially in a movie that's made by Disney, that because a woman can't have children, she's somehow a monster. It's so ridiculously absurd.
Yeah.
That anybody that seriously that way is ridiculous, right? So what he was saying, from what I gathered, it was just like there should have been like a pause, I feel, between those two lines, or at least something in between them so that you knew what she was saying. But the way it was paced, it just, I can see how somebody could come away maybe in the back of their mind thinking that, but going full on like, I hate Joss Whedon for this line, it's ridiculous. But that happens, she says that, and then later when they're fighting Ultron for the final time, and and then they're like Widow and Banner are talking, and it's like, "Oh yeah, you know, we can leave right now." And she's like, "We can't leave," and he says something to her. She's like, "Oh yeah, I need the other guy." So she kisses him and then pushes him into like a abyss or whatever, and the Hulk comes back out.
Right.
Okay. Anyway.
He's getting a dash.
Yeah. Keep reading the play. No, but no, so that happens, right?
Right.
And I'm like, oh, okay. I can easily see how it just, like, a way to salvage this that would have made this a lot better is if they implied that she was playing him the whole time, right? All the stuff that she was saying to him and all that just was only so that the Hulk would have an attachment to her the same way he has with Betty.
Right.
So he would calm down, and that way she could just keep him, you know, under control, so he wouldn't rage out and destroy a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, that would have made a lot of sense.
Yeah. So I'm like, it was a very Black Widow thing to do.
It is.
It works for the character because all the stuff we've seen so far would go along with that. And so, I mean, this works, right? This is salvageable. And maybe there was a layer of that there, but it wasn't like explicitly stated. Yeah. So what you end up getting is a lot of people confused as to what the director was saying and what the writers were trying to say. And I'm like, clearly they weren't saying this terrible thing you were saying. It was obviously like just I don't want to say it was bad writing. It was just poorly structured, I
There's
guess.
so many tells that we're missing too. Like these are so easy to dodge.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hear you. That's pretty.
So for that one question you asked me, that was my entire answer. This is why I don't like answering questions. Because if you give me the opportunity, especially if I get slightly tired, oh my god, I'll go on. Like I've been thinking about stuff for years.
I'm always tired.
Like because sure, but like like a lot of this stuff it happened on the internet, and I was like, okay, I don't really want to get into this, but having to try to see people get mad about it. This is before I even saw the freaking film, right?
Right.
So like the days before it came out, I guess it came out in the UK first or whatever.
Right.
And then. It gets released over here, and I didn't get to see it the first day. So people who had saw it earlier or whatever, on like the midnight screening or whatever, had seen it and probably had similar ideas, and they were talking about it. And they were like, "Oh, I don't like it as much as the first Avengers, blah blah blah, this for this reason, that reason, whatever, right?" So I'm already going in like, "Oh man, like it sucks. Like I really don't want people, just thinking the movie's terrible because of this one scene or this one thing."
Right.
And I was like, yeah, I can see how people didn't like this because of the way it was. It kind of felt jarring at times, but still didn't think it was that bad, right?
Bomber.
But it kind of sours the experience when you're watching it, and then anytime afterwards when you... What? Do I have to blow myself up?
No, that's weird.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, jeez. You went quick, dude. I guess you gotta get in there, huh? Go and get.
Die. Just die.
Please?
Just die. Just
Please?
die.
Oh, the stars.
Can we change our
Oh, I
guns
got it.
What?
I got
I thought she just died. Did not die? Wait. I'm so confused.
Look, I'll take it.
Yeah, we're like, okay, sure. As I finish my story, so we're good. Like, so we're gonna call the episode there. Anyone who watches like child rants about Age of Ultron controversy from 6 years ago, like,
We got the Hildeberg.
you seen the show Timeless?
I've heard of it.
One of the
What is
first
it
things
about?
It's a time travel show. But basically they're going back. It's like this group of people made a time machine. This one guy who was, I guess they made two time machines, a prototype and then the finished model, right? So whenever they created it, they had a guy, I guess, working with them, or maybe was he working with them? I'm not sure. I guess this guy comes in, steals it, then kills the person who made it. I'm not sure, but he takes the machine, goes back in time. Oh wow, should have passed over that. And then goes back to when the Hildenberg blew up, right?
Yeah.
And they're thinking, okay, he's gonna make it blow up, despite the fact that it already did, right? So like, why?
Right.
So they're thinking, I guess they're thinking he's gonna do something else, maybe kill more people or something like that. And so then when they go back to stop him, turns out he actually stops it from blowing up, right?
But wasn't it a Nazi propaganda?
What do you mean? The Hildenberg blowing up?
Was it not?
I have no idea.
Not the blowing up, but the I can't get you on that one.
What the what?
But I think the blimp itself, wasn't it?
I got no idea about that. I'm just
Okay.
telling you
Yeah,
what's happening in the show.
It's probably not a good route to go down, but I think it was. Oh jeez.
It's very we're supposed to be on this one platform. Okay, whatever. Sure, that makes sense. Yeah. But yeah, so he stops from blowing up, and the main character's like surprised, like I thought he was gonna come here and kill more people or something, you know?
Yeah.
The guy he has no problem killing people, so he's already like showed that to them, so they're really surprised by that. And then when they go back to their present, right, things have changed. Oh, the Hildenberg never blew up. Oh, her mother was dead or something happened. Or her mother had cancer or something, and now she suddenly didn't have cancer.
This is because the Hildenberg?
So it changes a lot of stuff,
Oh,
right?
okay.
So it was that. I think her sister got erased. That's what it was.
Oh,
So,
geez. Reminds me of Flashpoint.
sure. Say DC Comics storyline in case someone knows what it is. Anyway, but so that happens. I'm so stupid. Wait, did I not what? Is there a spring down there?
Maybe they hit you and it like.
That's
knocked
incredibly
you.
weird.
I don't know, man. Maybe.
What if there was like a butterfly down there, and I hit it with
Okay, so. I think
yeah.
that would have been cool though. Did you take damage? Well, yeah.
I guess it did,
That's
yeah.
a stupid question.
Butterfly there.
Fine.
There we go.
Of course, I took damage.
Okay, so yeah, stop the hill from going up. Is all I want to tell you about that? I'm not sure. Anyway, but no, the show itself is a.
Every time you disappear, I feel like you get hit.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
There
I
you
did
go.
right there. Yeah, you jinxed me. No.
I don't believe in Jesus.
Okay, well, then, that's fair.
Yeah, they're completely true and they're very accurate.
Jinxes?
Yes.
Curses or?
Both. Ah! Why did I jump down? This is why I like the tracking shots on this one because they you can shoot up and it'll just track over to them.
Yeah.
Ah! I jumped right into it. You're doing great. Maybe if I shoot this way.
Die. Oh, you piece of crap. Anyway.
Here goes.
So is it a good show?
So, interestingly enough, is one of those shows that was constantly on the verge of cancellation.
I know those.
So like Chuck or Community or something like that.
Yeah.
Right, where the fan base had to kind of like fight for it to stay on. So the first season comes on, right? I watched it probably after it already got renewed. And when the first, because it's an NBC show.
Right.
If you know anything about NBC shows, they get canceled all the time.
Yeah, well, you can say that about anyone.
No, NBC shows are notorious for being canceled after the first season, despite the fact that there might be good shows. I don't know what the standards are on NBC, but I've seen so many shows start off promising, either from the pilot or whatever, and then because it couldn't hold numbers.
What was Friends? Friends was NBC, right? Seinfeld?
No, I'm saying the comedies. It's like their dramas. Hour-long dramas usually get canceled like really early for some reason.
I was gonna say
like one of the only ones that really stayed on long was like Heroes, and then
man, that's bad because Heroes didn't stay on that long.
it stayed on long enough for it to go terribly because of the writer's strike.
Yep, I remember. I'll never forget that. Like, I actually, fun story. I actually watched it during my deployment.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can tell exactly.
Where do you say it happens?
I would say season 3.
Yep. So like season 2, like I wouldn't say it was as good as season 1.
No.
But it like season 1 was like pristine in a lot of ways, and then season 2 comes on and I'm like, okay, where's this going? And then you kind of get like, oh, it's like a much deeper storyline going on here. Like Peter's parents are involved in this somehow. Okay, sure, cool.
Then Peter becomes Ultron. What's it? Ultima?
I don't.
Ultimo.
Well, he gets everybody's powers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. That's ultimately what his powers are.
What was his name?
Amazo.
Amazo. That's it. Shut up. I know I'm the DC guy here.
Oh, shit. We dance off each other.
No, you can make it though.
There you go. But yeah, so I just remember, enjoying the show,
There's just enough destructor discs.
a lot early on. Oh my god, oh, that was stupid. Don't try to say it. Yeah. And then, like, Hero goes back in time.
Yeah, that
sees what was his name?
I know what you're talking about. The samurai.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, he's immortal. Okay, cool. And he's a white guy, which Hero wasn't expecting. So,
I don't think anybody was.
Sure.
You were expecting it?
Well, I mean, no, I'm just saying. I was. It's just an interesting little plot development. But then that guy gets mad because Hero steals his girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, well, I mean, that sucks, but like, you hold that grudge for over 100 years or whatever.
So yeah, here's the question on that whole thing.
Yeah.
Wasn't he like a bum or something?
Who?
The samurai.
Bomb.
A bum. Wasn't he like?
Oh, the immortal guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he was. I can't remember what he was doing. He was doing something back then, but Hero knew that he had this huge history or whatever. And he was some famous samurai, so he's like, you got to be this guy. You can't be this. And so he tries to convince him, and then he eventually does. And then, you know, falls in love with the chick. Chick picks Hero. Hunchback of Notre Dame all over again. Wow, I hit myself. It's great.
You say you hate yourself?
I hit myself, or I hit, I guess.
Using that as a reference?
But no, you know, I was always just like kind of baffled as to why this guy was so mad. Like,
That was a great jump.
yeah, he was so mad, like, you know, all those decades. Oh wow, I just.
Oh, how?
I don't know.
I'll take it.
I gotta question it. Like,
Don't.
oh my god.
No. Ah!
I was like, are you chasing me? I was like,
Yeah. I could have made it too. Probably not. But yeah, he was a bum before Hero, so like, how did he turn into the samurai he knew without Hero even doing it?
time travel's weird, man. I'm pretty sure Hero was in the. I don't know if he was in the story or whatever, but.
I think I watched the series twice.
That's fair. Okay, that's weird. You saw that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I got shot
Maybe
back
they're
up.
feeling bad for us.
Who knows? Oh my god. Why did I don't know why I thought I could stay like right in front of him and not get hit.
Good birdie.
I can understand the you know, the bosses not liking this, right? But why are the stages, the people in the stages upset with this? Like,
They're the people. They get paid by the bosses.
I thought they were collecting their souls too. What's this going on? So when we have debts with the devil here, you know.
We have no qua. I think you just killed me.
What? How? What just killed
The
me?
Mario's thing. Like, if you get too far ahead, I'd.
Oh, that's wild. I'm trying to figure out what killed me though. Was it one of those almost one of those coming from the wall?
Jerk.
I'm sorry, sir. I did not realize you were that far behind me.
Should have kept up.
That's not what I'm saying, but I mean,
So it's not purple. I thought you got hit again.
trying to say something, man.
No, I mean, because when you disappear
Okay.
with that, and you do get hit a lot.
Yeah, no. Oh man. Yeah, just right. I know. I'm just not even thinking. Just do stuff, man. Sometimes like.
I'm getting the coins first of all.
It's you know what's really weird? Like, I do this even on games I'm good at. Like, I'll be playing Devil May Cry or something, and it would have played the stage like dozens of times, right? Know exactly what to do. Probably do it without taking any damage if I was playing smart. I might even done it a few times just to get like a high rank. You know, it'd be fine, right? But then it would be like I'm just playing it just to collect enough orbs to buy something,
Here goes.
and what will end up happening? I'll just go into autopilot, and I'll just start pressing buttons. I'm like, yeah, I can kill this guy pretty easily. I got hit, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's stuff that's so obviously I could have avoided. Like I see him even charging up their move. I'm like, yeah.
Like, yeah, everything has a tell in this game, and I guess I don't know, man.
Trying to shoot up. What's that? You saw that, right? I'm supposed to jump down there to see what happens.
No.
Now I'm dead.
Oh, maybe it takes a heart out. Maybe.
Oh, maybe.
You just got me hit. But
Hey.
it don't matter.
Science, right? I have to
Yeah.
experiment.
At least you didn't die in the woodpecker.
You saw that, right?
Yeah, hey, dude.
This makes no sense. And then I die. It's like you're freebie in the kid. It's weird.
All right, we're gonna come back to this. We're gonna go ahead and end this one here.
Child rants, but it's just starts talking about nonsense. It's like,
hey man, we are nonsense in the grand scheme of things.
about to cry or die.
Yeah. All right. Hope you guys liked it. If you feel like we should play a different game, or if you have any comments or anything, let us know. Hit that like and subscribe. Have a good one. Goodbye.
So long.
Farewell.